I swear, I really never have been like the kind of person to have like New Year's resolutions. I feel like it's kind of setting yourself up for failure because, like, there's like the mass consciousness and there's a shared belief that they're doomed to fail. Resolutions are doomed to fail. We take on these ideologies and beliefs, like subconscious beliefs, even without trying to, because the influence is so strong, like to assimilate and to be like accepted and validated by your environment and those in it. Groupthink is the thing. I think it's like, I think it like has to be a really intentional choice to kind of like it has to be like a really intentional choice to kind of like decide like, hey, I'm gonna break away from, the how can I explain it, the societal structures, I guess, that exist already, which is obviously infinitely easier. Actually, let me recall that. It's not infinitely easier. It is easier to a certain degree to just go ahead and follow along with the structures that society has already put in place for us to follow along with. And obviously, like, we say we have a choice, and it's true. We do have a choice to follow along with or break away from, the societal structures that we're presented with. But a lot of times, these mentalities are all that we know, and these like mental processes and patterns that we like take on are so easy to fall into for a reason. They've either been designed that way, or they've evolved to be that way, whatever you believe. But these mentalities are stubborn for a reason, So it is an extremely intentional and like purpose-driven decision to make, to say, okay, I'm going to not only break away from this mindset while still perpetrating this mindset, but also that I'm then gonna go research, become proficient in, and adapt a mindset that I believe is going to be more beneficial in any scenario, not just with resolutions, but like in any scenario. That's not the easy, that's a lot easier said than done. This lighter is super cute. I wish I had my Blazy Susans right now. Sometimes you just need a blunt, I might just fuck around and paint something to put back here because I painted shit for my living room. But y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see what I'm gonna do. With all that being said, I am making the conscious, intentional choice to be extremely intentional about this next phase that I'm coming into. The things that I have detailed for myself so perfectly over the past 5 years, even of my life, that have already been subject of goal after goal, daydream after daydream, even dream after dream. I don't have to, even in a time where I find myself searching for direction, it's like blaringly obvious that I don't have to search for a direction. I don't have to try to feel out which direction I should be going in or that I want to be going in, because the more that I feel the world and take in the world in order to determine or define my own self, the more of the world is in the mix. And it might seem counterintuitive, but like the harder it is for me to discern the difference between myself and the influences and experiences that I'm undergoing. You know, as I like continue to honor my inner child, and which I had already been doing, but just in a much more venerative way, if that's a word. Like, much more so venerating the spirit of that little girl. Like, not like I died, I'm still here, but like giving light to the wants, the desires, the direction and trajectory of that girl, because she had not been as influenced by experience. So in my opinion, her viewpoint is more uninhibited, more purely me. Now, we can debate all day, and we might one of these days, on whether or not I am more me now or if I was more me then. But what I do know is that the desires that I have now are just evolved versions of what I have always aspired to, like as a child. Babysitting, like my shit going on. But yeah. I just know that I need to spend more time with myself. I really need to allow myself the opportunity to like do the things that I intend, putting action to just like being courageous and like unapologetically myself, allowing myself the space to experience what it is that, God forbid, I might prefer, you know, and like really seeing where that takes me. Based off of, you know, these really deeply rooted aspirations of like locales. I never call myself Kels, I don't know. But I feel more and more of an urge on a daily basis to really be more action oriented. And strangely enough, by that I don't even mean like doing more, because it honestly might look like doing less, because right now I'm doing a lot. Trust me, I'm doing a lot. But what it is that what I'm doing is not intentional energy expenditure. I'm sitting here spending all of my time, expending all of my energy on, you know what I'm saying, money making and recuperating, really. But like the creation aspect gets starved, you know, and like it's out of necessity. The dynamic that causes just like the internal conflict, having kind of like the necessity of survival, a necessity of creation being opposing forces rather than co-creating forces within you. That this like constant I got this book like today, so don't judge me that I haven't read much of it yet, because I got it like literally a couple hours ago. It's called You. It's by Eric Thomas. Is that his name? Yeah, Eric Thomas. Now listen, I classify this as like a self-help book. I've never read a self-help book before, but in order to get new things, you have to try new things. And so I am open to reading someone else's perspective. I like reading anyway. You can learn something from anything that you're reading, like whether it be like a story, an article, whatever it is, you can learn something from it. Even if it's just like the ingredients on the back of a grocery store item or something like that. This book is by somebody who I feel like, I mean, we all know it's like one of those motivational speakers or whatever. Even just in the first few pages, he do a lot of humble bragging. I ain't gonna lie. But like, I can tell already that I'm gonna be able to feed my mind with the content of this book, which is something that I haven't been focused on. I've been focused on sorting through, like when I meditate, it's mostly for a sense of clarity, you know, like I haven't and grounding. I haven't really like tried to nurture growth because I've been so focused on healing and the restorative aspect of things. So now we grow and we do different things, not just like the same stuff that worked before, like different stuff. And like it might be corny, but like if I read Physics for Dummies, I'll read this. Like, come on, seriously. And it's only like 250 pages, so I'm gonna eat this shit up. It's 260 pages. I'm gonna eat this shit up in like 2-3 days, if that. Because I'm also watching anime right now. Tower of God. If anybody is like into anime or manga, the app Webtoons, if you don't already know about it, which I'm pretty sure you probably do, on the app Webtoons, there's a story, Tower of God. Where's my lighter? Hold on a sec. It's a story, Tower of God. So fucking good. And like, there's an anime of it on Crunchyroll. I know, right? And it's pretty fucking on point. It is pretty fucking on point. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I say like, damn near word for word, the art is like the original. I need to like look into it more because I really haven't, but I'm pretty sure the original animators had to have a lot to do with it because that shit is on point. I know it's old. I'm old. I'm late. I know. Oh, how rude of me. Stop. This is blue guava. I don't know. These plugs don't know either. But yeah.